Folks, it's not always that easy to fire your agent. I'll get into that and then the latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending July 19th, 2023. So yesterday I told a story about an agent that I feel was really taking advantage of their seller client. And a few comments came in on YouTube saying, oh, just fire the agent. That's what I would do. And yeah, that's what I believe the seller should do also, and it's probably what I would do if I was selling the house and I had that agent. But it's not that easy to fire an agent. The listing contract that you signed is a contract. And if it's not written in there what you can and can't do, then it doesn't exist. And it makes things difficult if somebody's not living up, or one of the parties is not living up to their side of the deal. I have had multiple conversations with sellers complaining of how difficult it was to fire their agent. One couple in particular that I spoke with, they had negotiated everything with their agent up front. They were clear in saying, listen, we want to be on the market for about a month. If things don't work out, we're going to most likely cancel the listing. The agent said no problem, gave him the listing agreement. The listing agreement basically had a 5-month duration or a 5-month expiration date. And they asked the agent about that. They said, look, it says 5 months here, but we were clear, about a month is all really we want to try. And the agent said, no problem. I have to put 5 months there, but if you want to cancel in a month, just let me know. And they went with it, and they were on the market for a month, and shortly after the month, guess what? The sellers said, okay, we haven't sold, let's cancel the way we agreed. And the agent said, no problem, let me send you an email. They received an email, which was a little bit odd that the agent says, let me send you an email, but the agent sent them an email worded with so many paragraphs, but basically saying, I've listed your property, I've done this kind of work, this is all the things that have happened. If you want to terminate the listing early, then pay me $4,000. That's the gist of the email. They couldn't understand what was going on. They had agreed to everything, but none of that was written in the listing agreement. Everything was word of mouth. And so this agent, who I think is a piece of work, is trying to get $4,000 out of there for his service, even though the home didn't sell. So these things happen. Not every agent is like that. There's lots of agents that will, whatever you discussed, they're people of their word. But you can't always count on that. And you need to make sure things are in writing. And a contract is not so easy to get out of. And most people don't want to be confrontational. So this just becomes a really, really uncomfortable, negative situation, stressful situation when the agent wants to, the client, the seller wants to fire their agent, and the agent doesn't want to let them go, which is a silly situation. It should just, who wants to work with somebody who doesn't want to work with them anyways? But, that's, I guess, a discussion for another day. It's not that easy. Who you hire matters. If you feel this video can help somebody please pass it along. If you get value from what we're talking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. Folks, the market's declining. Now, if we look at week over week results, I'm going to show you now, a lot of things are up. Average sold prices are up. Well, let me turn to the first slide here. Average sold price week over week is up. In a lot of the areas, sales are up. Months of inventory has even come down in a lot of areas. But I could tell you what's not on the chart here, other charts that we look at, I could tell you showings overall are down. The amount of offers coming in are down. The amount of people competing on offers is down. The amount of offers that don't work out are up. There's all sorts of example pointing to the trend down. And that's really kind of the moral of the story right now. Even though week by week the numbers show one thing, the overall trend, market is in a decline. We're going to start off with Mississauga. For week ending July 19th, sales are up week over week, but overall trending down. 44 detached properties were sold. 6 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price went up a little bit from the previous week to $1,543,000, but overall trending down. Compared to last year, 1,543 is 2% higher than where we were a year ago. The median price is 3% lower than where we were a year ago. If we look at the dotted line, the dotted line is a 4-week moving average. It is trending down. Not by a lot, but trending down. Of the 44 that sold, 46% sold at list price or more. 112 were listed. Active listings are increasing. So there's more and more properties available for sale. Months of inventory, although week over week came down, but we're sitting at 2.3 when we used to be at 1 and 0.8. So overall, months of inventory is still trending up. Here's Brampton. 49 detached properties were sold, which is one more from the previous week. Doesn't really mean that much of a difference either way, but overall trending down. 3 of those properties sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price went up to $1,244,000. For sure it has to do with those 3 properties selling at $2 million or more, where the previous week we didn't sell any. That's what brought average sold price up, but overall average sold price has been trending down. 1,244 is 7% higher than where we were a year ago at this time. The median price is 6% higher, and looking at the 4-week moving average, it's pretty clear average price and median price are trending down. Of the 49 that sold, 45% sold at list price or more. That number, that percentage is trending down. 192 were listed, which is way more than what we listed this time last year. And 192 over the span of the last 3 weeks is starting to trend up, the amount of listings that we have. Active listings is trending up at 668 right now. Months of inventory went up by a little bit to 3.1 months of inventory. We were trending up gradually, and the last few weeks it just shot right up there. Brampton is very much sitting in a balanced market type of scenario right now. This is the Durham region. Now for Durham, I'm using Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby as my Durham sample. 55 detached properties were sold. It's up from the previous week, but overall trending down. 2 of those properties were at $2 million or more, and the average sold price is up to $1,189,000. 1,189 is 7% higher than where we were a year ago. The median price is 12% higher, and using the dotted line, looking at the 4-week moving average, you could see average price and median price has been trending down. 55 were sold, we said. 64% sold at list price or more. So as far as Mississauga, Brampton, and Durham go, Durham has the highest percentage of properties selling at list price or more. It'll have the lowest months of inventory. It's the most competitive market, let me put it that way. So 64% selling at list price or more is higher than the other markets, but for Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby, it's actually a lot lower than where we used to be in the high 80s, 90%. Listings down from the previous week, but active listings still continues to rise, and months of inventory sitting at 1.2, which is still a seller's market. That's why it's a bit more competitive in the Durham region, We used to be at 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Now we're at 1.2 months of inventory. Here's condos. Now condos is telling us a different story. The freehold market, the detached freehold market is one thing. For condos, this is for all of Peel region. Sales went up over the previous week to 34. Sales are still trending down. 2 of those condos sold at $1 million or more. Average sold price has come down from the previous week to $663, but overall still trending upwards. 663 is 10% higher than where we were a year ago. The median price is, what's the percentage? Sorry, we have a typo on the screen here. I don't know what the percentage is, but it is a bit higher than what it was last year. For the 4-week moving average, prices are trending up for condos across Peel region. Of the 34 that sold, 29% sold at list price or more. Listings are up to 138 listings. Active listings are up, and months of inventory came down from the previous week to 3.5, but overall still trending up. So the behavior of pricing for condos in Peel region is not really following the rules here. As months of inventory go up, prices should come down, but right now prices seem to be trending up. Here's a quick summary. Pretty much, except for Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby, pretty much we're in a balanced market kind of scenario. Mississauga is almost there, but you're going to feel in a lot of neighborhoods in Mississauga in a balanced market scenario. You could put offers with conditions and they can get accepted that way, and you could negotiate, and you don't necessarily have to buy and rush to put an offer unless it's a really exceptional home and it's priced well. Otherwise, you got time, you can negotiate. But consult with your realtor. I'm not giving you advice what you need to do in your specific situation, because each situation's a little bit different. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.